Junior's going to assist me today. This is going to be a yoga practice that's really nice for waking up in the morning, but you can do it any time of day. It doesn't have to be morning. I have my cell phone here just so I can keep track of the time. Make sure the ringer's off. Make sure that your cell phones are off and that you have a nice quiet space to practice. If you have blocks, I suggest having 2 blocks. You can also use a stack of books, or if you don't have them, no worries. You don't have to have this prop. It's just helpful anytime that we want to lift the floor up higher so that we don't have to bend so low in our lunges and postures like that. I also recommend having a blanket. You can use it at the end of practice to cover with. And also it makes it just a really nice cushion to sit on to give you a little bit of lift. So we're going to start seated. In any comfortable seat, you don't have to sit cross-legged. You could also start in a chair. I'm going to put my blocks aside over here. And you just want to be able to sit up nice and tall. So if you know you tend to slump or slouch into the lower back, sitting on that little bit of a blanket will help to lift the pelvis slightly forward so that you can, and then you can actually take a few minutes to kind of rock back and forth until you find a neutral pelvis. We also don't want the diaphragm to be compressed, so sitting up, lifting up nice and tall. And then we're just going to take a moment to center ourselves. It's always nice to kind of check in and see what your starting point is. So in order to do that, either closing your eyes or gazing slightly downward so that you can start to draw your focus inward. And if you're feeling a little bit scattered, if you didn't have a good night's sleep, or if you're feeling anxious or any anxiety, it's nice to ground at the very beginning of your practice. So we're going to take Bu Mudra, just making the peace sign with your fingers, your index and your middle finger, and you're going to touch the earth with your fingers. The other fingers are just curled inward. I call this is like your little plug. You're plugging into the earth and drawing up the earth energy into your body. If you feel like you're more sluggish this morning and you're ready to kind of feel like you want to wake up some, then instead of doing Bu Mudra, you can touch your index finger to your thumb and turn your palms up, pressing the backs of your hands on your thighs, and feel that lifting of the chest. So today's practice is going to be a heart-opening, hip-opening practice. But we want to start where we are without forcing anything. So I'm going to use Bu Mudra. And take a moment to just notice your body. Feel any place that is tight, any place where you have discomfort. Just noticing. And notice the quality of your mind. So we've already sort of done that in choosing our mudra. If you feel sluggish or anxious, tired, worried, your state of mind, your state of emotions, just being present with that. And then noticing your breath. How's your breath? Is it shallow or deep? Fast or slow? Smooth or jagged? Do you feel the breath more in your belly or in your chest? There's no right or wrong answer. Just notice what you're feeling. And in this way, we begin our practice with mindfulness, just being present in the moment with what is. And then we'll slowly start to find and develop a rhythm for our breath. So see if you can feel the breath all the way down into your belly. Fill your ribs, fill your chest, and exhale, softening the chest and the ribs and the belly. Breathing in through your nose, draw the air down into your belly, into your ribs, into your chest, Exhale, chest softens, ribs soften, belly softens. Repeat that at your pace. Breathing in and fill, and exhale and soften. And then notice the pauses between your inhale and your exhale. So as you breathe, pause at the top of the inhale. And then exhale all the air out. And pause at the bottom of the breath. Breathing in, pause at the top. And breathing out. 2 more times. And at the bottom of your breath, go ahead and open your eyes. And continuing with that rhythm of breath, inhale and shrug your shoulders up to your ears. And exhale, ha, let it go out through the mouth. You can release your mudra. Inhale, shrug the shoulders and exhale, ha. Again, inhale and exhale, ha. One more time. And we'll start with just some really gentle neck and shoulder movements. So lifting the chin up towards the sky as you inhale. And exhale, chin to your chest. Feel that stretch in the back of your neck. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. Look to your left. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Come back to center. Inhale, look up to the sky. And exhale, chin to your chest. One breath. Inhale to center. Exhale, look left. Inhale to center. Exhale, look right. Inhale to center. Come all the way back up. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale to center. This time as you exhale, start to take your left ear to your left shoulder. I'm going to mirror you here. And then reach through that right hand. Reach that hand away from you. You can take the chin down to the chest. You're just stretching the right side of your neck. Breathe. And come back to center. And then other side, right ear to right shoulder. Reach to the left hand. Take the chin to your chest, stretching through the back of your neck. Come back to center. One more time each side. So left ear to left shoulder. You could actually either reach through your right hand or maybe even take that hand behind you. If you can find your arm, you can grab your arm with your left arm with the right hand. A little deeper stretch this time. Breathe. Maybe play with the angle of the head. Gently release, come back to center, other side. Right ear to right shoulder. Either reaching through your left hand or take that hand behind your back. Maybe you can even grab your right arm. And then you can play with the angle of the head a little bit. Noticing where you're tight. Gently come back to center. And then just like the shoulder shrugs we did, you're going to turn your head slightly to the left and then shrug your right shoulder up to the back of your head so there's a contraction, and then release your chin down to your chest. So contract and lift that shoulder and then release chin to chest. Contract, shrug your shoulder up to the back of your head and then release chin to chest. This helps get rid of that tension up in the trapezius muscle and the neck. And come back to center. We'll switch to the other side. So now turning your head to your right and then shrug your left shoulder up to the back of your head. There's this contraction and then a release. So If you're really tight, you're going to feel that in that contraction. Contract the shoulder, release the chin to the chest. Contract, inhale, and then exhale and release, which might seem counterintuitive. Inhale, contract, exhale, release. So you can really feel that release in the neck. Gently come back to center. Fingertips to your shoulders. We'll go ahead and circle the elbows. So starting to move a little deeper into the shoulder. And then reverse direction. Going the other way. And then release the elbows down, interlace your fingers and just press the hands out. Get a nice stretch through your wrists. Inhale all the way up over your head. And exhale, hands down to the top of your head. You can just let the hands rest. Inhale, press up, reach, and exhale down. Inhale to press up and reach, and exhale down. Inhale, press and reach, and exhale down. One last time. Inhale, press and reach. Exhale, release the arms out to the side. You're going to twist the arms as if you were opening two doorknobs, twisting those doorknobs. As long as you wipe them off first, right? Sterilize those doorknobs. Wash your hands. All those good things. Good. And then relax your hands in your lap. Roll the shoulders a couple more times. Just getting rid of any lingering tension. Forward, up, back, and down. Just going in one direction this time. And then we're just going to take a little twist to the right. So left hand outside of the right thigh. Take a little twist. Inhale, lift and lengthen your spine. Exhale, draw the belly in. Come back to center, other side. Right hand outside of the left leg. Sit up nice and tall. Big breath in. As you exhale, draw your belly towards your spine. Come back to center with your fingertips on the floor behind you. Inhale, lift your sternum. Feel that openness, or just gentle lifting of the heart here. Big breath in. Exhale, come back to center. And then opposite direction, we're going to walk the hands forward now. Pause. Inhale, lift your sternum again from this position. And then exhale, see if you can find a little bit of space to come forward more. So hinging from your hips, again, not sinking back into your lower back. Maybe you find space to come a little bit further forward. And then gently walk your hands all the way back up. We'll release the legs out to the side. And taking the feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. Let your knees go side to side like a little windshield wipers here. So just opening up the hips a little bit. And then maybe adding the arm. So as you take the knees to the right, the left arm comes up. And as you take the knees to the left, the other arm comes out. Just full body movement. Inhale as you reach and exhale back to center. Little shoulder circles. Last time. Come back to center. And then bringing the soles of the feet together, knees wide. But you're not bringing the heels all the way in here. You want to lift up nice and tall. And again, as you exhale, just fold forward one more time. A little stretch here in the lower back and the hips. If you want, you can give yourself a little foot massage here. It's nice. And breathe. And inhale, come all the way back up. Go ahead and straighten your legs out to the side and just go ahead and give yourself some little foot circles. So warming up the feet. So we're going to be doing some standing poses later, and then reverse direction. And then bring those feet together and just flex and point. Flex and point. And then from here, seated in Dandasana or staff pose, take the hands to either side of your body. I'm going to scooch back a little bit. Palms pressing down, fingers forward. Inhale, lift the sternum up to the sky one more time. If you would like, if you feel okay with it on your hands, you can press down and lift the hips up to the sky. See if you can seal the feet to the floor. Draw the belly in. And exhale, come all the way down. We're going to go ahead and transition here into table pose. So if you have a blanket, you might want to pad your knees. If your mat is on a carpet like mine, that might be enough padding. So I'm not going to use my blanket here. So table pose, knees hip width apart, hands or shoulder width apart. Untuck the toes and inhale and look forward, arching the spine, lifting the tailbone. As you exhale, draw your belly to your spine. A couple of cat-cow movements here. Inhale, look forward, lift the head, lift the tailbone. Exhale and draw your belly in. We're going to add on to this. Inhale, look forward. This is cow pose. As you exhale, draw the belly in. Start to sink your hips back towards your heels. Inhale, forward. Lift your head and your tailbone. Exhale, drawing the belly in. Sink your hips back. Inhale, look forward. Come back to table or to cow. Exhale, draw the belly in. Sink your hips back. Last time, come forward. And this time, exhale back to neutral. Make sure you have some space here. You're going to stretch your right foot back, pressing through the heel. Get that nice stretch in your calf muscle. And then lift that leg up. Big toe pointed down. Reach your left arm out. Find balance here. If this is too much on your right wrist, you can always take a fist. You can come down to forearm. Or you can leave both hands down. We're going to exhale and draw the knee into the chest. So as you inhale, reach long. Exhale, draw the knee in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, draw knee and elbow in, or just work the leg. Inhale, reach. Exhale, knee to chest. Last time. And place the knee down, place the hand down. Other side, stretch your left foot back. Press through the heel, stretch the calf. And then lift that leg up. Big toe pointed down, right arm out. Big breath in. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale and reach. Exhale, knee to chest. Last time. Exhale it in. Knee down, hand down. Spread your fingers wide. Walk the hands a little bit forward of the shoulders. Press down to the base of your index finger and your thumb. Tuck your toes under. Big breath in. Look forward like cow pose. As you exhale, draw your belly in. Start to lift your knees off the mat. Push the floor away. Bent knee down dog. And then bring those knees down. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, draw the belly in. Firm the belly, lift the knees. Push the floor away. Good. Come back down, knees forward. Inhale. Exhale, push the floor away, lift the knees. If you like, you can pause here or you can start to walk your dog. So start to straighten one leg and then the other, pressing through the heels of the feet, finding downward facing dog. Inhale up into the balls of both feet. Exhale, sink those heels towards your mat. If this is too much, you can always bring your knees back down. Otherwise, start to shift your weight forward into plank pose. Keep your belly firm here. Press through your heels. Again, if it's too much, bring the knees down into this sort of half plank with the knees down on the ground. And then everybody, one breath in. Exhale, knees down. Come all the way onto your belly. Fingertips out to the side, elbows up towards the ceiling, in line with your shoulders. So not way back here, not way out here, right in line with the shoulders. Bringing the forehead down to the floor. Untuck your toes. Press down through those fingertips. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. We'll do that a couple more times. Tenting the fingers, press down through the tops of your feet. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Press down to lift. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Last one. Press down to lift up. Exhale, lower. Walk the hands underneath your shoulders. Roll the shoulders away from your ears. Press down through the tops of your feet. Come into Cobra pose. Or maybe even a sort of a lazy up dog. My legs are still down, so up dog would be on the tops of your feet. Exhale, draw the belly in. Come back to child's pose. Sink the hips back towards the heels. Take the knees a little bit wider. Stretch your arms, reach out in front. Breathe. Pause here. This is your resting pose. If your hips don't come all the way back, you can always use a block here or a cushion. If you have a cushion at home, resting your hips on that. And then as you feel ready, we'll slowly come all the way back to our table. And from here, we're going to start with, since I'm facing you, we'll start with the left hand. Inhale, reach it up to the sky. Exhale, thread underneath. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, thread that arm underneath. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale underneath. Last time. Inhale, reach up. And then this time as you exhale, bring that arm underneath. You're going to come down to the back of your arm, palm face up. Your head is resting on the floor. If this is too much, you can just come onto your forearm. Otherwise, head down. You can crawl your right arm up over your head. Keep the fingertips on the floor. Stretching that left shoulder. If you want to go deeper, you can wrap the right arm around you, around your body. See if you can find your left thigh. You can stay here, or the last version is to step your right foot out as well. Come into this big twist. So any of those versions, breathe. So if your arm is wrapped around you, you're getting a little stretch in the front of your right shoulder. One more breath, and then release that top arm down. Pressing down with your right hand, start to lift up out of that. Step your right foot in. We're going to go to the other side, unless you have a dog that wants to play with you. So I'm going to turn around so you can see. Reach that right arm up to the sky. Exhale, thread it underneath. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, thread it underneath. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, thread it underneath. Last one. Inhale up and exhale underneath. So you can stay here. You could also be on your forearm if it's not comfortable to have your head down. From there, walking the left hand up over your head and stretching. That's one possibility. Or you can wrap your left hand around you. See if you can find your right thigh with your fingers. And feel that stretch in the front of your left shoulder. Last possibility is step that left leg out. It just makes a little bit deeper twist here. Breathe. One more deep breath. And release the top arm down. Left hand presses down into the floor to lift you out of that pose. Step your left foot in. Come back to your table pose. Tuck your toes under. Big breath, look forward. Exhale, draw the belly in. Lift your knees up off the mat. Push the floor away. Come to downward facing dog. Start to straighten those legs. So take a couple breaths here. Again, if this is too much for you, you can bring the knees down to the mat. From here, we're going to step the right foot forward into a lunge. So some of you might be able to do that from down dog, starting to draw that right knee into your chest, just like we did earlier, and then step it forward. Otherwise, come down to table and then step it forward. Doesn't matter how you get there. If you have blocks, you might want to use your blocks. Start to lift up into a lunge, untuck that back toe, and press down through the front thigh. Let me grab my other block here. So making sure that your knee is in line with your ankle or even a little bit behind the ankle. Let this left hip open up, breathe, and exhale there. So starting to open up the front of the hips, and your blocks can be on any height here, or you may not need blocks at all. On your next exhale, start to straighten that front leg, shift your hips back, big toe lifts up. Inhale here. Maybe you just stay here. If you have space as you exhale, maybe you start to bring your forehead down towards your thighs. So that's optional. And breathe. Stretching the back of your right leg, your right hamstring. Slowly start to come back into your lunge. Shift the weight forward again. And then this time, you're going to take your left hand to the block or to the floor. Right hand to the top of your thigh. Start to twist to look to your right. If you like, you can tuck your back toe under and lift that back knee up and reach to the sky, twisted lunge. Keep your belly firm. Keep pressing down through your left big toe, the base of your big toe. And bring that hand back down. From here, look forward. You might have to step your back foot in a little bit. Start to straighten the front leg. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen your spine. Exhale, again, see if you can bring your forehead towards your front thigh. And maybe not, that's fine. You could just stay in this half lift. So you decide where you are. You could also have your blocks to the highest level in this version of pyramid pose. One more breath here. Feel the stretch in that back leg as well. And then start to bend that front knee, bring the left knee down. We're going to transition either through table, stepping the right foot back, or downward facing dog. Again, your choice. Inhale, look forward between your hands and step that left foot forward. Bring the right knee down, come to lunge on the other side. Take a breath or two here, starting to settle in and stretch the front of your right hip. Lifting up, blocks or not, maybe even taking your hands to the front thigh. And breathe. On your next exhale, start to straighten the front leg, draw the hips back, lift that big toe up. Coming into Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. Inhale, lift, and then as you exhale, if you have the space, you can maybe come forward a little bit. But I'm not overly rounding my spine. Keeping lifted from the sternum. Maybe bring your forehead towards your thigh. 2 more breaths. And inhale, come back to your lunge. We'll come into that twist. So right hand on a block or on the floor, if you can reach the floor. Tuck your back toe, left hand to your left thigh. Then your choice. We start to twist to the left. If you like, you can tuck the back toe and lift that knee up. Maybe bring the hand to the sky. So that's your choice. You can always stay here for that twist. Keep the belly firm, reaching the arms apart. As you exhale, bring that left hand back down, right knee down. Keep the knee lifted. We're going to straighten the front leg. So you might want to step the back foot in a little bit, start to straighten the front leg. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen your spine. And exhale, bringing your forehead towards the thigh if you have the space. Otherwise, you can always stay lifted. Either way, you're going to feel that stretch in the back of your hamstring as well as the back leg in this version of pyramid pose. Mindful not to lock the front knee. And then as you're ready, we'll start to rebend that knee. Back knee comes down, hands to the floor, and step back to downward facing dog one more time. From here, inhale, look forward towards your hands, and we'll go ahead and walk the feet up to the hands, coming into a forward fold. As you get there, inhale and lift up halfway. So we'll come to half forward fold. Your body makes this sort of L shape, lengthening through your spine. As you exhale, bend your knees as deeply as you need to. Bring your belly towards your thighs. Fold. Again, inhale, lift up halfway, hands to your shins. And exhale and fold. Bend your knees, sink your hips back to chair pose, reach the arms forward. Press down through your feet. Inhale, lift high to the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart. Find mountain pose. It's a good place to check in. Notice if your heart is beginning to beat a little faster as we start to warm up. You're going to walk to the top of your mat. I'm just going to face the camera, but you're going to come to the top of your mat. So, out a little bit. So from here, arms at your side, relax your shoulders down. Step back so you can see me. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, and exhale, lean over to your left. Big side stretch. Hands are interlaced. Inhale to center, exhale to the other side. Take another breath there. Inhale to center and relax the arms. Hands to your heart. Take a breath. From here, let the arms come down and inhale, sweep them back up overhead. Exhale, hinge forward from your hips and forward fold. Maybe bending the knees as necessary. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen your spine, hands to shins or to blocks. Exhale, bend your knees into chair pose, reach the arms forward. Inhale to rise, exhale, hands to your heart. Again, circle the arms down, inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bend the knees, chair pose, reach the arms forward, pause. Inhale to rise, exhale, hands to your heart. Next one, we're going to take the arms down to the side. Inhale, reach overhead. Exhale and fold. From here, walk your hands forward a little bit. You might have your blocks with you. And step your right foot up and back. So you're going to lift it up and step it back. Walk your blocks back so your hands are under your shoulders. The back foot can be pointing out slightly at about a 45-degree angle. Inhale and start to lift up. We're going to come to warrior one. So bringing the arms up. Hips are still forward. Exhale, hands to your heart. Big breath in here. Lift your sternum. Exhale, straighten your front leg. Take the arms down to your side. You might have to step the back foot in a little bit. Take another breath. This time as you exhale, start to reach forward. Arms come back. Maybe you can grab your forearms, bringing that forehead down to your leg. We've been here before. We did another version of this earlier. Breathe. And on your next inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, bend the knees, release the arms. Inhale, warrior one more time. Exhale, hands to your heart, step forward. Relax the arms to your side. Inhale, reach arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Again, we're going to walk the hands forward. This time, lift the left foot up and back. So we come into this almost like a half split, not quite. Step that left foot all the way back. Walk your blocks back and inhale, lift up. Warrior one. Reach. Exhale, hands to your heart. Take another breath. This time as you exhale, straighten that front leg. And we'll start to take the arms down to the side. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Maybe you can grab the shins, start to bring your forehead towards your front thigh. And imagine squeezing a block between your legs. So both legs engaged, drawing the right hip back, left hip forward. One more breath. Inhale to lift up, and exhale, bend the knee, release the arms. Whew. Inhale one more time, warrior one. And exhale, step that back foot forward. Come back to mountain pose, big breath. From here, arms down to the sides. We're gonna inhale, reach the arms overhead, and exhale, fold one more time. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen. Exhale, hands down to the floor or to your blocks. Step your right foot back into a lunge this time. Back heel stays up. And on our next in-breath, we're going to reach up to high lunge. Good. Bring the arms forward. Slide that right arm back like you're drawing a bow. We're going to start to open the back foot so that that back toe points towards the camera. Left toe stays pointed forward. Opening the right hip here. Make sure your knee stays in line with your ankle. We're going to take the arms in front of us as if we were going to take off a sweater. Inhale, press up, and exhale. Release the fingertips out. Relax the shoulders. Look to your back arm. Notice if it's falling downward. You want to try to stay kind of even here, as if you had little water balloons under your armpits. And then let that right arm slide down into a reverse warrior. Left arm over your ear. Exhale back to warrior two. Left forearm to your thigh. Inhale that right arm over your ear. Side angle pose. So pressing down a little bit with your forearm into your thigh so that you lift up. Try to keep some space here between your shoulder and your ear. Reach and stretch and breathe. Inhale, come back to warrior two. We're going to take that sweater off one more time. Cross the arms in front, lift up and out. As you exhale, straighten your front leg. Heel toe that back foot in a little bit. We're going to come to triangle pose. Right hand to your hip, reach with that left hand as far as you can. You're lengthening the left side of your body, and then let that left hand come down inside of your leg. Some of you might touch the floor or press the back of your leg into your shin, or hand rather, into your shin, or take your hand to a block, reach the right arm straight up. You don't have to reach back behind you here. Instead, think of reaching the arms apart. We're opening this front hip. Not important whether you can touch the floor or not with that bottom hand. Sometimes people try so hard to reach for that that they start to let the hip cave in. So we want the hip open. Chest open, reach up to the sky. Breathe. Inhale, come all the way back up, and exhale, warrior two one more time. Bring the hands together in front of the heart. We're going to turn that back heel up, so we're back where we started in that lunge, and step forward. Watch out for your blocks if they're in the way. So from here, you're going to stay at the top of your mat. I'm going to turn around just so you can see me on the other side. Come back to mountain pose. Keeping the belly firm. Big breath in as you exhale. Just step your left foot back. Find that high lunge on this side. So back heel is up. Inhale, reach to the sky. And as you exhale, start to draw the arms forward. We're going to pull that left arm back like you're opening a bow. Let the back heel come down. Left toes pointing towards the camera or towards your computer. And then right toe still pointing forward. Finding warrior two. Watch that knee stays in line with your ankle. We're going to take off our sweater again. We have so many layers on. Inhale, reach up, and exhale out to the side. And breathe. Keep your belly firm here. Relax your shoulders. And then left arm slides down, reach your right arm over your ear, little reverse stretch. So we're already stretching the right side of the body. Exhale back to warrior two. And then forearm to the thigh, pressing down to lift up, to open the chest, and then stretch that left arm over your ear and side angle. Breathe, maintaining space between the shoulder and the ear. Proper alignment with the neck and the spine. One more breath here. And inhale, come all the way back to warrior two. One more time, taking that sweater off, cross the arms in front. Big breath in, and exhale. Start to straighten your front leg. Heel toe the back foot in a little bit, just so you don't feel like you're doing a split. Left hand to your waist. Reach that right arm as far as you can. Right arm comes down inside the front leg or to a block. And then lift the left arm straight up. So imagine these two arms reaching apart. You can come up a little bit. You don't have to be way down here. Keep the right side of the body long. And breathe. Maybe look up to the top hand. If that doesn't feel good on your neck, you could look down or just straight ahead. One more breath. Inhale to come all the way up. Exhale, bend the knee one more time, warrior two. Good. And then we're going to turn the back heel up. Looking forward, hands to your heart, and step that back foot in. We'll just walk through the feet a little bit. Hands to your heart, finding mountain pose. So from here, a little balance pose today. I'm going to turn to face you so you can see. A couple ways to come into this pose. So we can start from chair pose, inhaling, reaching the arms overhead. Exhale, sink the hips back towards the heels, chair pose. It's nice to have your blocks in front of you here. So I'm going to take my left, I'm going to press out through the right foot, lift the left foot up and bring it so that the left foot is resting on the right thigh. Knee comes out to the side, little hip opening here. Some people can actually bring their foot into the crook of their elbow. Start to sink the hips back. Allow that hip to open. Fine to use your blocks here. Some people may not need the blocks. You might be able to bring the hands up to the heart. Pressing down through that right foot you're balancing on. Inhale, lift up and out of it. Let it go. Mountain pose. Close the eyes if you like. Settle. And we'll go to the other side. So I mentioned there's a couple ways to get into this. Some people could come right in from standing, starting to lift the left knee, bringing that heel to the front thigh. Is that the side we just did? I'm sorry. Press down to the left foot, lift your right foot up, bring your right foot to your left thigh. Or you can come into it from chair pose first, press down to the left foot, then start to reach that right foot up to rest on the left thigh. Some people find it easier to start from down and then start to come up. For other folks, easier to start with the knee bent and then start to sink into chair pose, using your blocks again for balance. Your choice. Maybe coming up. One side may be different than the other. It's okay if you lose your balance. And press down to that foot. So to come up and out of that, shake your feet out. Breathe. Whew. So from here, we're going to come back to that lunge pose and open up a little bit. We'll come through our half sun salutation again. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale and fold down over your legs. Inhale, lift up halfway. Step your right foot back, right knee down. Come into low lunge. So from here, I'm going to take both hands inside the left foot, walk the left foot out to the left a little bit. It can be helpful to have a block here under your right hand. Take the left hand to the thigh. Remember that twist we did before. Take your left arm and start to circle it. So forward up, back and down. Forward up, back and down. Last time, we're going to end reaching back behind us, looking back, opening the chest. Maybe you're able to bend your right knee and catch that foot in your hand, lifting up and looking back. If not, no worries. You can leave the foot down and just reach with the hand. Either way, feel the opening in the front of the right thigh. I'm going to catch my foot again. Breathe. I don't know how many of you practice with your pets at home, but Junior likes to practice with me. So let go of that foot very gently. Bring your left hand back inside of your left foot. And then from here, we're just going to step both feet back into downward facing dog. You can always come down to child's and rest, child's pose. We're going to switch sides. So step the right foot forward, left knee down, come into a lunge on the other side. Remember, you can always come through table and then step your right foot forward. If you need a block, use that on the left side. So stepping that right foot a little out to the right, bring both hands inside that foot. Tuck the back toes under, lift that back knee, or I'm sorry, not yet. Leave that knee down, reach that right arm up, and we'll circle the right side. So inhale, up and back, circling that arm. And then we'll end by reaching back behind us. Maybe bend that knee and see if you can grab your foot. You're lucky enough to have a golden retriever back there. Maybe he'll clean your foot for you. Remember, if you can't reach your foot, that's totally fine. You can leave the foot down and just open up to the sky. Feel the opening in the front of the left hip, and then bring that hand back down inside of the foot. Walk your foot back in. From here, let's go ahead and step the right foot back and come back to child's pose to rest. Hips to the heels. Stay there and rest. And then from here, when you're ready, we'll go ahead and come to stand on our knees. Junior, silly dog. So you may want to have your blocks. I'm going to do this sideways in between. We're going to come into camel pose. So here's our heart opening pose. The first time we do it, we'll all do this together. Heels of the hand to the back of the pelvis, fingers pointing down. Inhale, lift from your sternum, squeeze the elbows together, and we'll just lift up to the sky. So maybe your head comes back. If that doesn't feel good for your neck, you can just tuck the chin and look forward. But either way, we're lifting up from the sternum. Big breath. As you exhale, come to stand again. Come out of your back bend and maybe sink your hips back towards your heels and just pause here. Grounding. We're going to do that lift one more time. So when you're ready, come to stand on your shins. I'll show you a slightly different version this time. You can just repeat what we just did. Heels of the hands to the pelvis. Inhaling, lifting up to the sky. Maybe bringing your hands back to the blocks. So that's one step. Or if you can reach your heels, you can tuck your toes under, take your hands to your heels, and again, lift up. Big heart opener. Be mindful of the neck. If that's too much, don't take your head back so far. Exhale, release, untuck your toes, move your blocks out of the way if they're in the way, and then knees wide, toes together, come back to child's pose. And breathe and rest here. Releasing everything back down to the floor, to the earth. We're going to start to settle in, coming down from our practice. As you feel ready, walk your hands back to lift up. We're just going to shift the weight to one side, bring the feet around to the front, and come to lie on your back. So you can move your blocks out of the way. If it feels good here, you can windshield wiper the legs like we did in the very beginning of class. And then come to draw your knees into your chest, wiggle a little bit side to side. Start to bring your knees over to the right. If they don't stay together, then you can place a block between the knees or even under the knees to lift them up from the floor. So otherwise, knees to the floor, keep your left shoulder on the floor. So left shoulder stays down, reaching your arm away from your knees. You can maybe try turning your head to face your left hand. Again, if you have any neck issues and that doesn't feel good, just look up to the sky. But imagine reaching your left hand away from your legs. And as you breathe, draw your belly in. Start to rest on the floor. And this final twist. And then bringing the knees back into your chest, rocking side to side. Recenter your hips, and we'll go to the other side. So bringing knees over to the left, same thing applies. So if your knees aren't together like mine, maybe you put a block in between. And reach that right arm out to the side. Feel the twist here in your belly. So legs are reaching one way, arm is the other way, and your right shoulder stays on the floor. Maybe turning your head to gaze at your right thumb. Or gazing towards the ceiling. Breathe. You can also, by the way, use a pillow. You don't have to have a block. Start to settle in. Feel the twist in your belly. And then finally, draw your knees in one more time, rocking side to side. You can go ahead and circle those knees. Give your lower back a little bit of a massage. Go ahead and extend your left foot and hug your right knee into your chest. And then switch it out. Extend your right leg and hug your left knee into your chest. Extend both legs and reach your arms overhead. Big breath in, stretch. And exhale, arms to your sides. Shavasana, finally. It was a nice practice. You worked hard. If you like, if you're not comfortable in your back, you can always roll a blanket under your knees. You can use a blanket as a pillow for your head. But make yourself comfortable. Let your arms fall to your sides, feet flop out. You could also bend your knees if that's more comfortable and just let the knees rest on each other. And come back to notice your breath. Notice all the parts of your body touching the floor. All the points of contact. Your heels and the backs of your knees, your hips, the backs of your shoulders, arms and the backs of the hands, the back of your head. Take a deep breath in, feel all those points expand outward. And as you exhale, let those points soften a little deeper. Let go. One breath at a time. Let your eyelids soften. Let your jaw soften. And let your forehead soften. Allow yourself to simply be. Notice any place that's still holding tension. And imagine that you can send breath there as you breathe in. As you exhale, allow that place to soften. Do that a few times. And then come back to the rhythm of your breath. Feeling the breath, fill your belly, your ribs and your chest. And exhaling, letting go of anything you want to leave on your mat today. Breathing in, allow the breath to extend out to your fingertips and your toes. And gently, as you exhale, start to bring movement back into the body. Any gentle movement. Maybe start to rock your head from side to side. Reach through the fingertips. And then take a bigger movement. Maybe stretch your body, reach your arms overhead. Take a big breath. Maybe yawn and exhale and draw your knees into your chest, rolling to one side, whichever side is more comfortable. You can adjust your pillow and rest here for a moment. Just feeling the earth, the support of the earth beneath you. Don't stay here too long because you might want to go back to bed. So slowly start to walk yourself back up to seated. You might want to bring your meditation cushion underneath of you. And we'll end with a little bit of alternate nostril breathing. So we did that whole practice to open our body. Now we're going to do this little bit of a breath practice to help clear and focus the mind. It's a nice way to start the day. So your left hand, you're going to just touch your index finger to your thumb and curl the other fingers under and just let that hand rest. We're going to use the right hand to close the alternate nostrils. So index finger and middle finger will rest on your forehead. Using your thumb to close your right nostril, you're going to inhale through the left. And then use your ring finger to close the left nostril and exhale through your right. Inhale through the right nostril. Close the right and exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Close the left, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close the right and exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Close the left, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close the right, exhale to the left. Inhale through the left. Close the left, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close the right, exhale to the left. 2 more rounds on your own at your own pace. Release your right hand and breathe in through both nostrils. Exhale through both nostrils. Bring the palms together in front of your heart. Take a breath here and just notice if anything has shifted or changed in your body, your mind, or your breath. And then inhale, lift your heart into your hands. Then exhale, bowing forward. Honor yourself for taking this time for self-care. Honor each other for sharing this practice. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free from suffering. May you know peace. Thank you for sharing this practice. Namaste. Thank you.